Everyone. So I don't know how my session is supposed to be on an international case study, but I just want to spend some time before that sharing my experiences in this industry, and getting a chance to speak after a panel discussion like that just makes it more fascinating for me to talk what I'm going to talk. So, as Microqual Techno Private Limited, we have been inducting students, fresh minds, fresh talent, year on year for multiple years. And I really try to spend a lot of time and try and understand that, what are these students thinking? And most of the time, for the last at least 2 years, I've been knowing that everyone feels the industry is bad, it's tough times, bloodbath on the market, companies not recruiting, so many different things. And it always amazes me that in my personal view, for every single guy sitting in this audience today, there cannot be a better time than today. We spoke about managed services. We spoke about how Alcatel-Lucent or Ericsson became the largest managed service provider, or the biggest contracts taken by Ericsson, by NSN, by Alcatel-Lucent. The challenge is going to be till when can they take it? It's the Indian expansion, Indian growth, and why is it not an Indian entrepreneur going up there and taking those contracts, and why would a Swedish-based company or a Finland-based company or a Chinese company take on those contracts? I don't think mentally we are gearing up to do that. They have certain amount of thought process, and they have leveraged on that, and they are where they are. So Mr. Sugumaran, who was in the audience, was very nice. I heard him say, Akhil Gupta told him to construct so many towers, but CapEx was not the issue. Today, the fun part is CapEx is the issue. And still you want not 18,000 towers, but 180,000 towers. I want a fleet of towers, and I want to choose among them. So what do? I think here an Indian entrepreneurship should come and step up and say, I'll go back and redefine infrastructure. I will go back and think, what has not been done all over the world, can it be done in India? So we try and do that, maybe successful, maybe unsuccessful. And the first thought that came to us, go to a customer and he says, I want 30% discount. अरे यार, स्टील का भाव है, टावर है, स्टील के भाव पे चलता है, आपको भी स्टील का भाव पता है, मुझे भी पता है, उससे 30% डिस्काउंट कैसे कोई करके दे सकता है? सीमेंट है, सर्विसेज है, मैन पावर है, एवरीथिंग इज देयर. हाउ कैन यू रिड्यूस योर कॉस्ट द वे you expect it to go down? But not their fault too, right? It's competitive world, 11 operators, everybody wants to go to market tomorrow and at better price than anybody else. We started thinking, what is the major component in this whole infrastructure? And when I talk, I don't talk from IT, software, VAS. I purely talk about passive infrastructure. So in that perspective, towers become the most critical thing. What can we do if we don't construct towers? Is there a way? The answer was yes. Why not use power transmission towers? Why not use a basic underlying philosophy of the existing assets that are available? Why not use billboards? Why not use bus stops? Why not use power transmission towers? So with that thought process, we have been started to work, and I don't think we've reached where we would like to reach, and I think it's the same phase where Mr. Sugumaran was there a few years back. People thought these are stupid ideas, might not be successful, but it's a matter of somebody really pursuing it and trying to take it forward. So my submission to the entire audience is, really start thinking on those lines, really start thinking on what is right in front of us and can be used as an asset. There are so many things. So I just want to emphasize on two particular cases that we have been working on. I will try to go through slides, but to me, it's more that I want to speak and I want to hear what you think about it. So first, using power transmission towers. Is it possible? It's pretty much happening all over the world, but they are far-flung, they are in remote areas, and they still have their integral problems, right? Who will climb on a power transmission tower? Is it worth it to use those towers? And what it ultimately does is it's going to reduce your capex. We started thinking, what more value can we get out of it? Almost 50% of these towers have OPGW cable on it. That's fiber. That's underutilized. can we use that cable and give a reliable backhaul to the mobile operators? Started making little more sense that it's worth putting all the time, effort and investing on that. And I think what we recently were able to do were actually tap power from the live line. That, so that's most reliable power. It's moving the power from generation to transmission, and that's 99.99% reliable. So that eradicates the use of DG, battery, AC, shelter. The cost of power is much cheaper because what you do is take only the transmission loss power, convert it into energy, and the amount of that required for the base station is very minimal. So that effectively would reduce your capex by 35-40%. That effectively would reduce your OPEX by another 40%. So that's one of the concepts. What I will really, as part of this presentation, take you through is another concept that we were thinking of. We did this power tower, we are working on it aggressively. What can be another scenario that can help us build infrastructure economically, fast? And the answer, we started thinking in urban scenario. If a new mobile operator, if an Airtel wanted to launch in Bombay, what would an Airtel want to do, or what would a Datacom want to do, or what would an Etisalat want to do? That they get coverage as good as a Bharti, which has been there in this city for 10 years, 15 years, and not invest that much amount of money too. So we are again toying with an idea. I don't want to go and say to this audience that what we are talking about are flawless. They still have a lot of loopholes. We are continuously working towards it. And I believe that we will be able to come up with a solution that is viably possible, and that would change the way people are doing things. And I don't know if we are successful or not. At least I want to go back and leave the message in every one of your single minds that keep thinking on those lines. If we are able to attain that kind of excellence, we surely up for success. So this particular is, for an urban scenario, how do you get penetration? What has maximum penetration that if I use that network, I will be able to touch not every single building, but every single home? The answer was cable TV network. It's an HFC network that is a hybrid fiber coaxial network that pretty much runs across every single city in this country. Every single home, from slums to 5-star hotels to the best commercial complexes too. We found a technology in Israel that was a patented technology where you could transmit RF energy over the cable TV network. So right now we finished our first round of trials in Delhi, and it just works fine. It works really brilliant. It gives you a length to move around over fiber and coax put together about 15 kilometers. So typically you can imagine, then you can centralize your base stations at one location and move the RF signals to 15 kilometers radius. So all the problems of high radiation, all the problems of illegal infrastructure, all the problems of enough base stations to cover a city can get eradicated with these